What's up, guys? It's Mitch with SC Weather. Hope y'all have had an awesome last couple days. It's been a beauty. Temps in the 70s. I ain't gonna lie, winter's kind of became an afterthought for me just because of the weather, but you know, I'm sure we'll get cold again. I just want to take a time to ask for anybody who is watching this video to please subscribe. If you're watching, if you're logged in, you know, what's it gonna hurt you just to hit that subscribe button? I would appreciate it. I got goals I'm trying to meet before the end of the year, and this is just a time-consuming hobby for me, but I love doing it. But I just appreciate y'all's support, so that would be awesome. Let me get into the weather. As you've heard on social media, there's a pretty big system coming with severe weather chances looking pretty good Thursday. So let's just jump right into it, guys. First off, I'm going to show you the severe weather outlook from the National Weather Service, and this is right now. This is probably going to change. If anything, I think that it'll upgrade to a 3, which is enhanced. Now, I know y'all guys see yellow and you're thinking slight chance. That doesn't sound big at all, but in the grand scheme of things, it is. It's a pretty big deal when you're in a slight risk. It's even a pretty big deal when you're in a marginal risk, but slight risk is when you start to pretty much, I'm not going to say guarantee, but somebody's going to get some kind of severe weather. Basically, almost the entire state is in this. When you start to get into enhanced, moderate, and high, you know, I'm going to flip over to another graphic here. This is basically the categories and the outlines, and kind of gets into description. Most of the state will be in the slight. I'm not gonna lie, I think parts of the state may be enhanced by the time we get to Thursday. That's just me guessing and just thinking. I really think we will. So we're in the slight right now. Scattered severe storms possible. I think they're probable at this point, but you can't throw us in a 4 or 5. When you start getting to 4 and 5, you start getting huge hail threats, strong tornadoes, especially in the 5s. You know, you typically see that out in the Midwest and stuff like that. It's not as common here. So the next thing I want to show y'all is the excessive rainfall outlook. This is basically pinpointing that, hey, someone's likely, especially for you guys in the upstate towards Greenville, Spartanburg area, someone's likely to get some flooding rains. And I'll be honest, this is going to be a big rainfall maker. I mean, we've had plenty of rain already, but this is going to be a big one. Moderate, guys, I mean, that's a pretty high. It kind of fits in the same sense with the severe weather outlook, as in slight. Sure, it doesn't sound like a big deal, but it is. To me, that's basically telling me that somewhere's probably going to not necessarily flood, but be underwater when you're not supposed to be underwater, whether that's an intersection or a low-lying home or a creek overflowing or river overflowing. You know, somebody's going to have to deal with that. And I mean, it's just going to be a lot of rainfall with that. So I'm going to get into now kind of some radar images and CAPE and what I think with the severe weather now. Okay, so I'm going to flip it here. This is the latest NAM 3K. It goes out to 60 hours. I mean, that's pretty much a big jumbled out mess right there, right, in Alabama and Georgia. This is in the kind of the overnight, tomorrow night range. As we start to move, we get into, you know, we're getting closer to sunrise, and some rain's already breaking out in places in the upstate. It's already raining up there. It's not necessarily storming, I don't think, but there's already rain falling up there. More rain for the upstate. I honestly think as we go deeper into the morning, Thursday morning, the rain picks up. This is when you start to get some isolated thunderstorms kind of in this rain. I don't think it's going to be like embedded supercells or anything like that. I just don't get the feeling it's going to be anything like that here. But we keep moving here. We get to about noon Thursday, and things kind of start materializing more into a line there. But it starts coming together later into the afternoon Thursday. And there's a chance, guys, I'm not going to say for sure, but there's a chance that we might get all the way until here in the Midlands, here like in the central Midlands to the coast, to the low country, southern part of South Carolina. There's a chance we might not really see much rain at all until Thursday afternoon. Now, that's just me. That's just what I'm seeing off short-term models. I might be wrong here. That's just my thinking. I think that it's going to be confined to Columbia, northwest, up till the upstate, towards Greenville, Spartanburg. I think there's a chance they can get 1 to 2 inches of rain before Columbia Point southeast gets, a whole lot of rain before they do. But as you can see, we start to get later into Thursday evening, and then it finally starts basically this huge atmospheric river, which is basically just a bunch of moisture and storms moving into our area. It kind of starts finally shifting as the front starts getting a move on basically into our area and here in the Midlands. And as you can see, it starts moving into our area here in Columbia, South Carolina area, and the heavier rain starts picking up, and it's going to be raining like crazy, guys. It's not going to be obviously like the flood of 2015 where it's just a downpour for hours on end, but it's going to be a lot of rain here. And as you can tell, we switch it over into we're getting to overnight Thursday a little bit now. The line's just not moving, and there's more rain filling into the upstates, raining more up there. But you see how, here, that's a 3-hour movement there, and it's not that big of a difference. So we're going to get this severe weather, and I think it isn't until probably, I think it'll probably start getting to probably Thursday evening until just after midnight here in the Midlands, where, as you can tell, the line starts materializing into more of a straight line threat. And as we finish off the stream here of the NAM, it looks like it just materializes more into that straight line threat, and we clear it on through. It goes to the coast. So that being said, I think that the biggest thing we'll have to deal with these storms is straight line wind gusts and heavy rain. Heavy rain as in, if you look here, this is the NAM totals, and this is just through 60 hours. It probably adds up a little bit more after this. If you look at Columbia, as you can see, points northwest, man. Look at that. That's 2 to 5 inches of rain for just this is what the NAM's showing. The GFS, man, similar, very similar actually. They're very big time agreement. The totals don't. They kind of drop off once you get Columbia southeast, but still just a few inches of rain here in Columbia. But the upstate is what I worry about for the biggest rain. I really think 3 to 6 inches of rain isn't out the question. Here's believe this is the National Weather Service right now, out to 78 hours. And this is obviously the real deal. These are the guys who do it best. So Greenville, Spartanburg, 3 to 4 inches of rain. Down here, 1 to 3 inches of rain, and even the coast still gets a good bit, up to an inch, 2 inches. So this is going to be a big rainmaker, another one. Saturated grounds with high winds, you know what that equals, down trees. So I guess one other thing I'd like to show you here is the Euro for 12Z today, the winds. They're going to be howling a Thursday into Friday night. Even into Friday. They'll start to wind down Friday during the day, but as you can see, 30 to 40 mile an hour wind gusts are possible. It's just going to be a consistent, probably 10 to 25 mile per hour winds out there. Here's something else. The Cape. The Cape's not really high here. Not in this case, but Cape's not necessarily a huge thing to look at here. It's not like you're getting pop-up thunderstorms that are causing huge hails and tornadoes and stuff like that. This just isn't that kind of setup. This is more of a squall line forming somewhere. And I think as we get into more model agreement tomorrow, we'll kind of tell where that squall line, I say squall lines, a straight line of thunderstorms with heavy winds, not heavy winds, strong winds, that's going to form somewhere. I don't know if y'all remember a couple weeks ago when we had that line of storms that came in that got its act together right before it hit the Columbia and caused some really heavy rain. It might be something like that again, but another thing to look out for, and I don't want to get too deep into meteorology here, but it's something called a meso low. And basically, here's something from like 2017 in the Tulsa area, Oklahoma. It's basically when you get, I don't know how to explain it. You basically get a broad area of circulation that kind of forms, and you can actually see it on radar as it's kind of circled here. And you get under that, it could get real dangerous. You know, something quick spin up could happen, strong winds, and we just got to watch out for that, guys. And I'll be on it when that radar's coming in, the storms are moving in. But long story short, guys, it's going to be messy. It's going to be a lot of heavy rain, And the biggest thing that damage-wise we have to deal with is winds. The jet stream is screaming. You can look at this right here, and man, it is just, it's definitely got a damaging wind threat to it. Look all over it. So that's all I got, guys. Y'all stay safe, and I appreciate y'all listening. I'll be all over it. I'll give y'all some updates tomorrow, but this is probably the only video I'll make of it. Like I said, appreciate y'all watching, and be weather ready going into Thursday and Friday.